Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Wednesday. It's October 29th, 2025. And Red Mic messages are leadership and life lessons picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Today's Red Mic message: the nobody who torched, well, almost everybody. I'm going to talk to you again about a kid named Drew Mestemaker. Now, back in January, I talked about him when he stepped in as a freshman and lit up a bowl game with more than 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he wasn't even a quarterback on the official roster. He was just there, a walk-on, helping where he could, doing the work, staying ready. Basically, he was Rudy in a green jersey. He didn't start as quarterback in high school. He was on nobody's radar. He probably owed NIL money. That's how low he was on the totem pole. He played punter and safety in high school. He had no stars, no press, no hype. Again, no NIL at all. But last week, he threw for 608 yards and 4 touchdowns in a blowout win over Charlotte. Oh, yeah, big deal. It was Charlotte. No, this is still a D1 college game. 608 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's a school record, a conference record, and it was the single game quarterback performance in all of FBS football since 2020. He wasn't thrown away. He was ignored by everybody. And he notched the best single game quarterback performance in all of FBS football since 2020. And then after that, he was named the AP National Player of the Week. What do you think about that? The AP National Player of the Week. This was not supposed to happen. I mean, not to this kid anyway, not by the rules that we all know, but he did it anyway. And part of it's because he never stopped preparing for his moment, even though he knew that moment probably would never come. That separates the great ones from, well, let's face it, the rest of us. I talk about my 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. And yeah, that's largely true. Having coached for 16 years, I didn't put in the work. I didn't go to the gym or the weight room all summer long. I didn't watch film all summer long. I didn't watch film during the season. I didn't study the player charts that the coaches gave us, so I'd know who we were playing. I didn't do a lot of things that I could have done to give myself that extra leg up. And I learned a lot from that in my failure to do. I learned that it doesn't matter the level of talent you have. If you work harder, opportunities will come. And in my professional life, that's what set me apart often. A lot of reading, a lot of studying, a lot of working on my writing. Funny thing. Okay. You know how AI's got a little bit of a sideline. You know how AI's got the thing where you can plug your writing into an AI detector and it'll tell you. Well, I took a speech that I wrote way back in like 2003, plugged it into an AI detector, and it came back as like 70 something percent AI. So who knew? All I can figure is AI models are trained on public documents, and who knows, maybe that old speech from One Tough Grandma made it in there somehow, and it said, "Oh, I recognize this. This is AI." No, it was 100% Patrick. With a little bit of Carol thrown in. Anyway, back to the Red Mic. Drew Mestemaker never stopped preparing for that moment that he didn't know if it would ever come or not. And that's what sets the great ones apart, because it's easy to praise the polished product, the blue chip, the 5-star athlete with all the tools. But I'll take the kid who shows up early, who stays late, and believes deep down that he belongs, even if nobody else sees what that kid sees. Think about it again. He had no offers, no guarantees, just guts, grit, and when he needed it, an arm that threw for 608 yards and 4 touchdowns. So here's your takeaway for today. Be the kind of person who trains like you are the starter, even if you are deep, deep, deep down on that depth chart. Because if your moment ever comes, it's not going to ask you if you're ready. It's going to demand proof. And that's when you got to step up. You got to strap on that helmet and you got to get out there and you've got to do what you've been training for. If you've done the work, you won't just play, you'll torch everybody. Drew Mestemaker wasn't supposed to be anybody, but last week he became a big problem for a lot of people. And that's today's Red Mike message. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you find it helpful. I hope you're able to put some of these things in place in your own life. And I apologize for my dog barking over here. Trash guys showed up early and Tucker does not like them. Anyway, I love you. Thanks for being here. I'll see you again tomorrow. As always, don't forget, life is short. Drink the bourbon. I'll see you.